Kareem.
Let's see if we can get this thing.
Hey, Mike. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Crazy one in all kinds of ways. But can we first start off with, do you know anything about Maisha at the moment?
Not at the moment. They're gonna probably do an MRI tomorrow on her knee. It just, it's funny. I mean, she just literally pivoted on that play. I don't think she made any contact with anybody. That's 2 in 1 day. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, she was hopping around in the locker room, but not putting any weight on it particularly. But we'll see. I don't know.
What does this say about this team down to basically 6 players? I think you cut it almost to 5 in that second half, and to be able to kind of fight back in the manner that they did.
I mean, the broadcasters were asking me, I mean, it was a grit one. I mean, we had everything going against us, and we just said, play free, play together, share the ball, have fun, and play as hard as you can. And whatever happens, happens. Sometimes when you just free your mind up and you just go play, amazing things can happen. And that kind of grit that we had tonight is, who we've been about for a long time. And it was nice to see the players not get down when, things were starting to go bad there for a little bit. They came back from every timeout with, a little run of our own. And I thought the fans really helped us tonight. It started to feel like our building again. And that's a great feeling.
And just one last one. Congratulations on the milestone, 350 wins.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's funny.
That's what I was going to ask. What does that number mean to you? I'm sure your mind has been on everything but that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I don't know. I told somebody last time we had one of these, I think it was at 300, that it just means I'm old, and I've kind of stuck with it. I think that, for me, that means that, these players keep me young. I have enjoyed what we've built here, and we'll get through this rocky time that we've had with injuries and everything gone. We'll keep fighting and figure out a way to fix this thing. We got plenty of time left, and this was a good start.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep, you bet.
Doug.
So, Mike, I mean, I guess 5's the number all you need from the previous pregame thing. You just need 5 players. Forget having 15, 12, whatever.
Well, I'm looking down there and going, man, I hope nobody fouls out. So, but yeah, I mean, we're exhausted. We're going to have to kind of, recoup our bodies and our minds to get ready for Saturday. But, between now and then, we'll figure the next thing out.
So I couldn't tell watching what exactly happened in the end there. Was there a technical foul on Bradford? Do you know what that was about, or just?
I really don't know. I know she said something. I don't know what she said. I didn't hear it. I was more worried about what was coming next.
Sure. And my last one, just Teresa played great tonight for you. Just talk about her contribution, obviously coming off the bench usually, but tonight being a huge part of your success, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, she's really put in the hours to get in the gym. Here's a player who, has had back surgery, had a second one, much like Elena, started the process. I think it's a good look for Elena to see somebody come back from the same thing like that. But then this offseason, she really worked hard on her body, but, she trimmed it and lost a lot of weight. And it's taken her a while to get kind of used to her new body. And, it's a different feel. And, her shot didn't feel right to her, was streaky. She was getting in foul trouble. Tonight when she got her first one, I just said, you can't. I mean, I'd rather give up a layup. We can't have you get in foul trouble. And, I think she ended up with 5. She took it to the limit, but she's just stuck with it. And I give her a lot of credit for when she was struggling to not lose faith.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Jen.
Hey, Coach. So Tosh was a rebound shy of a triple-double, so a pretty good point forward for you?
Yeah, she's good. She played every spot on the floor tonight. I think that, and, she did all that. She didn't, particularly have a huge shooting game, but she did all the right things. And it shows how tough she is and what she's fought through. I mean, you're talking about somebody coming off an injury that she could barely walk 3 days ago. That's a special effort.
And then you were talking about grit earlier, and I think that's Ariel's middle name, and it looked like she almost said like, "I got this" at the end, and just kind of took you
Yep.
guys home. Would you agree with that, or what did you see from
Yeah,
her?
I mean, I think that's the mindset she has now. She looks at herself as a primetime player in this league. She's an all-star in this league now. And, she was always recognized for her defense and kind of given credit for some of her offense, but she's turned into one of the best, players at both ends of the floor, and it showed up.
And then last question for me, we talked earlier about the 5-player rotation. Was there, what made that 5 so effective for you, and what made you not want to, balance it with the other 2 you had on the bench a little bit more?
Well, they were small too. We didn't have anybody else. Erica McCall couldn't play. Maisha couldn't play. We had one post player in Teresa. And so, we kept the best shooters on the floor. It made them play us honest. When you had all 5, players out there who could score, they couldn't help off as much. And, I told them at halftime, I told Leilani at halftime and others, you're not coming out, so you might as well just keep shooting the ball. And we did.
Thanks, Coach.
Tyler.
Hey, Coach, going back to Teresa a little bit, was the game plan for her to kind of fill in a Tina type role on this team? And
No, she's not Tina. No, she's not Tina. No, her role was to set screens, pop, shoot threes, pass and cut. If they switched on her was small, then she could go post up. But make them pay for all the trapping they did, which is what she did. Every time they tried to trap, either she or Ariel Leilani, one of them was going to get an open shot.
And then this offseason, bringing her in, it kind of seemed like she was going to be just a role player for the team. And then obviously she has this big performance tonight. Is this something you knew that she had in her, that when her number was called that she'd be able to deliver?
I would be lying if I said I knew that. I had hoped that she could be a consistent, 3-point shooter, and, depending on her minutes, that she would fill a void as a, for the way we play, a post player who could set screens and pop and knock down threes. We just tell every player your turn comes. Sooner or later, everybody gets a turn, and tonight was hers.
Thank you.
Natalie.
Another quick Teresa related question. She was the last big standing, as you mentioned, but last weekend she actually told us that she felt on top of the world after seeing her shot fall last week. So how much of that do you think fed into her success, having seen her shot fall a couple of times already this season?
I think that makes a big difference. Confidence comes from repetition and success from repetition. And so, not only doing it, last weekend, but every day she has stayed, and she and Maisha and Leilani and Sydney have shot competitively every day. And I think that's really helped them.
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Even though Natasha Cobb didn't necessarily do as much as Teresa and Ariel Atkins did on the scoring end, she was effective with moving the ball and finding open shooters tonight. You got any thoughts about that?
Yeah, that's what a great point guard does. Today, she was a point guard, a point forward, a point center. She did all of those things. We even let her post up on the block one time. I think our teammates decided not to throw it to her. Probably a good decision. No, just kidding. You're talking about somebody that had close to a triple double. Was guarding Tiffany Hayes and Courtney Williams. That's a hard task in and of itself. And I thought she made their job tough tonight. So, you're talking about somebody that just did everything tonight.
And another thing, Coach, as I've been covering the Atlanta Dream, I noticed that they had an identity of being scrappy, and you guys managed to handle that. Any thoughts on it?
Well, we're pretty scrappy too. We have a championship ring to show for how scrappy we are. So I think that's a big part of it. We don't forget that identity.
Congrats on the win once again.
Thank you.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Ariel, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Just to start off, big win for you guys. What do you feel like you learned about your team tonight, or just what did you see out there that you really liked?
I liked a lot. Specifically our grit, our ability to be calm, but to stay aggressive in the same sentence. And then I saw that some of my teammates that, would not like to talk often can open their mouths and they can do certain things. So it was really good to see everybody step up and give a little more of themselves tonight.
And can you talk a little bit about your performance? 32 points. What was working out there, and how are you feeling? Because it looked like you took a couple big hits also.
Yeah, Atlanta's an aggressive team. Going in playing them that they're going to be physical. So you have to match that because they're good at what they do. Just have to take the hits and keep it pushing. But as far as my performance, again, my team gives me this energy. My team gives me belief. I know that they trust me when the ball's in my hand. I know that they trust me when we're running certain plays and different things like that. So this was a fun game. This was a fun game to win because we came in kind of down and out. But we figured out how to put it together and lock in and get the win.
Thanks, Ariel.
Yep.
Tyler.
Hey, Ariel, congrats
Thanks, Tyler.
on the win. You mentioned players stepping up, and there's no one that kind of stood up more than Teresa tonight.
Teresa plays Sans. Yeah, sorry.
I know you guys, gonna let you go. What, seeing her go off like that, what type of energy does that bring for you and bring for the rest of the team?
It brings a lot to us as a team, but it should bring a lot to her. She should understand that she needs to be confident in what she can do. She's not here by accident, and she's earned the right to be here. And she's worked her tail off to get back to playing shape and to be able to do what she can do for us. So as much as it feels good for us, I want it to feel good for her. I want her to know that she can do it. She's capable, more than capable.
And then what do you think this does for your team, knowing that you're down to 7 players essentially for most of the game, and that you guys are able to gut out a win like this against a team like Atlanta too?
Right. I mean, again, against a team like Atlanta, that can pound you night in, night out. The fact that we have it in us, that we can do this, that we can get down and lock into coverages, that we can get down and lock into personnel, that we can focus on the plays that we're trying to attack and create advantages for ourselves. So the fact that we're able to do those things, we just have to be consistent with it. We can't come in one night, be great, and the next night not show up. So it's a matter about, again, building consistency.
Thank you.
Yep.
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Congrats on the win tonight, Ariel Atkins.
Thank you.
I just want to know, since the Atlanta Dream have been known for their ball movement and well-balanced scoring on the offense, and what did you have to do to counter that, especially before Natasha Cloud did a lot of passing, and of course your game high 32 points.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. We had to figure it out tonight. Stuff was just happening. I mean, Maisha went out. We know that Tina's not here. We've had some stuff happen in between the game. We figured it out, and I'm so proud of this team. Just because of the simple fact that we didn't lose our heads. We didn't get high. We didn't get low. We stayed neutral, and we found a way to get it done. And energy was balanced tonight. There was not one person that had to bring 10,000 and one person just brought 1. Everybody brought their best selves, and they brought a little bit more of themselves because we knew we had to. And so we need to play with that kind of urgency, that kind of calmness, but also that kind of aggressiveness every night.
And can we expect that same effort in the next game?
I would like to say yes. We are hoping to bring consistency.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Natalie.
Every time Teresa has success in a game, she's always given credit to you all, her teammates. So could you do a little bit of bragging for her for how much the 5 threes and 25 points meant for the team tonight?
Teresa Place-Shantz can shoot the freaking basketball. When her mind is in it, she can shoot the basketball. That's one thing that everybody knows about her. It should be on every scouting report. So for her to just have that confidence and build her confidence, she had a rough year last year in the bubble. But I just want her to know, like, she understands that she's not here by accident, for one. And for two, she's in an environment where she can thrive. She's in an environment where she can be her best self, and we all accept that, and we believe in what she can do. I mean, you got the jersey on, you might as well do what you can do. Yeah, she's put in the work, and more than anything, she's put in the work to get healthy. And I think that's a big thing when you come off of injuries. It's tough to mentally lock back in and to try to find your groove and find your rhythm. So she did it. She does the hard work, and she's finding a way to find her footing and her rhythm in this team. And I think tonight was a good example of her work showing up.
Jen.
One more quick one for me. You mentioned a lot of things were working. What about that 5-guard lineup late in the third quarter when Teresa went to the bench? Have you guys ever practiced that, and how did you make that work?
No, we have never practiced it. It's just one of those things where you just got to figure out, you got to do what you got to do. That was kind of one of those moments, and shout outs to our guards that were playing the post position tonight and finding a way just to make things work. Yeah, it's not something that we practice, but kind of going into this game, we knew it would be out a few bodies. So I'm really proud that our team was prepared to do whatever we needed to do to try to get this win.
Thanks.
Yep.
Last question to Doug.
Ariel, nice win tonight by you guys.
Thank you.
You've mentioned consistency. I mean, is this a game that can help you guys springboard, that you were missing people? Like, hey, you guys rallied, you had the grit, and that when you get people back, this is something you could build on for the next stretch of the Olympic break, so to speak?
Yes, we need to build good habits. I would like for this to be something that we can build on and try to stay consistent with, again, our aggressiveness, our urgency, but also staying level-headed in the heat of the moment.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend.
Hi, Teresa.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
We're good. How are you?
I'm having a really great day.
I can see why. We will start with Doug.
Hey, Teresa, nice game tonight by you and the whole
Thank
team.
you.
It's great to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
I mean, just talk about the team's effort tonight and just how you guys gritted this game out. I mean, shorthanded, down, and just came together and everyone contributed, especially yourself tonight, to get this win.
What you saw tonight from the Mystics is a team that was not going to give up. We had every reason to give up, down a bunch of players, lost a player in the game. Things were looking kind of shaky. I don't think anyone's ever practiced having Tosh at the 5. But, we rolled with the punches. And I think that you just saw a team that played with a whole lot of heart, a whole lot of focus, and a whole lot of determination. And we were gritty tonight. Atlanta, came out strong, and, everybody went on their runs. And at the end of the day, we wanted to stay together, keep our composure through runs. And that's what we did. And, having us come out on top today was just the icing on the cake. It was a really great effort by every single person. We all contributed, and it was a really nice team effort.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you.
Gabe.
Hey Teresa, so you said you were having a really good day. Were you having like a really good day all day? Did this seem like it was something that was going to happen? Just when the shots start falling, did you feel like it was all going to come at once?
I actually had a really terrible warm up. I was like, oh my gosh, we have 2 post players left and I'm shooting like this. I was like, come on, T, you got to do something. In the game, I settled in a little bit. My teammates kept feeding me with confidence. Coaches kept feeding me with confidence, and I was just letting it fly. That was what they told me to do today. And whenever I had my opportunities, I just let it fly. And I think that all the credit really goes to the coaching staff and my teammates. Just building that confidence in me. Coming back from injury is not an easy road, and finding your confidence through pain and through my new body and all these things where I'm just trying to figure it out. What has been consistent is people just pouring confidence into me, and I'm forever grateful for these people, including my family and friends.
Jen?
Hey, Teresa, congrats on the win and the big game.
Thank you.
I noticed in the third quarter when you came out and they were playing that funky lineup with you on the bench that you and Elena looked to be having a blast on the bench.
Yes.
Anything fun happening over there?
Anything that comes out of Elena's mouth, if it's not basketball related, sometimes even if it is basketball related, it's most likely hysterical. So anything that she says, I tend to get a pretty good laugh at. I can't remember at the time what we were talking about, but I'm sure it was hilarious.
And then one more question for me. Just wanted to ask about Ariel Atkins. You know, I looked at the scorebook at one point in the game and she had 20, and then the next thing I know, it's the end of the game and she has 32. So can you talk a little bit about what she did tonight and what you saw from her?
I mean, what Ariel does tonight doesn't surprise me, because what you don't see behind the scenes is how much work Ariel puts in the weight room, on the court, treatment. She keeps herself as a very high professional, and she composes herself as a very a very great basketball player. And what she does on the court, what you see in the games, is just a fraction of the work that she puts in. So when Ariel goes off, and when you see her just find that second bit of energy, that grit, that determination, that's who Ariel Atkins is. She comes up for us big in big moments, especially when, you know, odds are stacked against us. Ariel shows up for us, and, you know, we believe in her. She's one of our go-to players, and we just want Ariel to do the best she can, because when she's at her best, we're at our best. So, you know, Ariel Atkins is just a really great player, and this is just this is something that is just within her repertoire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John?
Hey, Teresa, great job tonight. I just wanted to ask, what went through your head when you realized that you were the last active post player, and what kind of helped you get through that predicament?
Actually, to go back to 2 questions ago, what Elena and I were talking about on the bench, I leaned over and I said, is Tosh our 5 player right now? And then she looked around, and then we realized that Tosh was not only our biggest player, but she was our 5 player, who's also technically our point guard. So that was what was funny. And I forgot your question.
Sorry, what went through your head when you realized you were the last post standing?
The only thing that was going through my head is just try to set as many screens as possible and create mismatches to create spacing. You know, our guards are really great, and just trying to get them open and trying to give different looks to Atlanta's defense to keep them on their toes and keep them thinking is what I was thinking, as well as just keep those legs moving. Don't give up. Don't give in to fatigue. We're just going to get through it. And all of us, and Tosh gave us constant reminders periodically throughout the game, telling us to take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. So with those reminders and with all that, you saw the outcome that we got tonight, and it was a really great team effort.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Tyler?
Hi, Teresa. Congrats on the game tonight. You always tell us about wanting to play in your role and wanting to do what's best for the team. And tonight, what was best for the team is something we haven't seen from you this season. Did you know that you had it within you, if you were given the right opportunity and the right chance, that you would be able to deliver on a big stage?
So when I go overseas, I play a different style of ball. When I come back to the WNBA, I understand my role, you know, and everybody at some point was probably their go-to scorer, either in college or overseas or somewhere. So scoring has been something that I can do. And we have scores here. That's not what typically is my role. But tonight we don't have Tina. Maisha goes down and I'm the post. And to have a successful inside out game, we have to have our post doing something. And I thought tonight would be a night for me to be a little bit more aggressive in attacking the rim. And so I tried to do that. And I think what you saw tonight was also just an opportunity to do something different. You never know what's going to happen throughout a season. Injuries happen, other things happen, people are sick, somebody doesn't do something, next man has to be ready. And that was something that I pride myself on throughout my entire career, is just being ready when your number's called. And tonight I had an opportunity to do something a little bit outside of my usual role. So I tried to do that to the best of my ability. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how many points I had or how many rebounds I had. I was just trying to win this game, and winning the game was emotional for all of us. We were just so proud, and it was just a genuine happiness amongst the group. So it was really nice to get that win today. And yeah.
And then continuing on from that, big night for you, big night for coach, big night for the entire team. What was the celebration like with you guys in the locker room?
So coach got a little shower when he walked in of ice cold refrigerated water. A huge night for coach. And coach always believed in us. He always believes in us, whether we have a full roster, when we're down to 6, he stays himself. He stays composed. He comes into timeouts and just gathers us and regroups us and gets us to where we need to go. And I think, I don't know. I don't know if this could have been done with a different group. The 6 that we got down to in our coaching staff, we really did a really great job. And whenever we got back into the locker room, Maisha was so happy to see us and was celebrating harder than us. So it was just a really great effort from everybody tonight, and very happy for coach's 350th win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you, Rafiq.
The last time we spoke, you talked about putting up a much better offensive effort, and you guys did that even when you were down double digits. What do you have to do to work on your three-point shooting to help the team get the win?
So I've just been staying in the gym. I think that seeing my shot fall in the past games has stricken some confidence of me to keep letting it fly. I'm traditionally a decent three-point shooter, so me being at the three-point line is something that my team needed tonight in the past couple of games. And just being able to shoot the 3 ball and give defenses different looks with the stretch 5 in the game is something that is special to our team. Coach really prides our offense off of good spacing, and that's something that I can provide with knocking down a few shots and having my defense play me honest. So screening will create availability for our guard play, and spacing, and having my man not be able to help off of me, and taking a rim protector away from the rim a lot of the times will help our team. So I just want to do what's best for our team, and knocking down threes is something that I need to stay consistent in.
And one more thing, how is your teammate Ellie Adeladon always encourage you and the rest of the team to get better, especially when you come from behind?
Elena is just one of those players that stays composed. You don't really rattle her. She's very constant. And coming to the bench and hearing her little input here, seeing what she sees from the bench, and having her tell me, maybe start the screen a little bit higher, get out of my screen a little bit quicker. All these little inputs that come from somebody that has the greatness that Elena Deladon has is ultra important to me. And just having like the caliber person that she is on top of everything is something that's very special. She's a superstar, and you would think that she's just the most humble person in the entire world. And it really starts with her. When she doesn't have an ego, that doesn't allow anybody else on the team to have an ego. And that just creates such an environment where, we all give for the person next to us. And it starts with her. And we're excited for her to, get on the road to health. We're excited for her and encouraging her through her time to get back, because I had the same exact back surgery. I know what she was going through. I can relate to a bunch of things, and just having her be there and having her be present and having her be so involved with us is so important to us, because of just the person that she is, as well as like the caliber player that she is.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Last question, Natalie.
I actually have more than one, if that's okay. If someone told you a month ago that you'd be the last big standing in a game, would score a career high, play a career high in minutes, and make a career high in threes, what would you have told them?
I'd say you're out of your mind. But today was a valiant effort. I don't know how we got from start to finish. I know it was gritty. At times it was ugly, but we did it. We kept our composure when they went through their runs. We fought back with patience and trust and communication, and we knocked down big shots, and everybody played a part. So am I surprised that tonight happened? No, I'm not surprised. Am I surprised with all the variables that happened tonight? Absolutely. But the grit, the heart, the determination has always been within the Mystics, and this is just something that brought it out of us.
Because I knew that you would not be bragging about yourself, because no matter what the situation is, you never do. I asked Ariel about your performance tonight, and she said Teresa Plaisance can shoot the freaking basketball. Last weekend, you said that you felt on top of the world after seeing your shot fall last Thursday. So what does that mean you're feeling now? And how rewarding has it been to have a successful game after your recent struggles with your back?
I mean, it feels really good. It's been feeling really good these past couple of days, just getting into the flow, getting into a rhythm, feeling good in my shot, staying confident in my shot. And today, I honestly don't know how many I made. I was just trying to do my part within the offense. And I'm just very happy that it was falling. It feels really good to see your shot go in the rim as a shooter, as something that you really hang your hat on, to see it go down. Even though some of my misses prior to these games where I'm shooting a better percentage, my misses felt really good, but to see that ball go in and to stay in rhythm that I've been working so hard on. I've been staying after practice and working with Safu on just staying in rhythm, staying patient, not getting myself worked up when the shot isn't falling, working on the process and not looking at the product is something that was really important to me. So today, it was just a lot of fun out there. And I'm feeling exhausted. I'm completely exhausted today. So maybe tomorrow I'll be able to look back, watch some film, and relive the moments I didn't get to see from the sidelines that I feel like were very special. Leilani was linebacker boxing out on the defensive end when we needed these crucial box outs. And we just had so much heart today, and I'm so proud of us.
I think that's it, Teresa. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, guys.
I'm fucking great. I'm great. Okay. Whew.
We'll start with Doug.
Hey, Tosh, nice gritty win by you guys.
Hey, Doug, how you doing?
So I got to ask, I mean, for the last couple of years, coach has been pushing the big lineup with Elena and such. Are you going to push for the small lineup now? Are you playing the 5 all the time?
Listen, y'all ain't know I'm a post player now. I've been lifting this off season.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we can play any lineup. That's the scary part about us. And, you know, we only had 8 today. And so, you know, we knew we were going to have to go to war with the people that we had here. And I'm just so proud of this team, the grit that we played with, the heart that we played with. The composure that we played with, the togetherness that we played with. It doesn't matter what lineup we put in. Everyone was focused in. The attention to detail was there. The grittiness was there. This was just a really great win for us, and a really great win for Coach to get that mark today. This is one for the books, for the history books.
Thanks, Tosh. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Doug.
Jen.
Hey, Tosh. First of all, how are you feeling?
Ooh, tired. We're a little beat up right now, but you know, we gave everything tonight on the court, and so for that, I mean, we feel amazing.
Your hip flexor doing okay?
I mean, it's okay, but I mean, I got to play. So I'm going to push through. You know, my training staff, the trainer, Lisa, is doing a really good job of making sure that I'm 80% ready to go. And if I'm 80% ready to go, that's what I got to do. So, you know, it is what it is. You deal with boo-boos and injuries throughout the year, and we're just going to keep pushing forward.
And, you know, I got to ask you about the best 2 guard in the league. Career high 32 points tonight.
If Era Hawkins is not an all-star, y'all rigged it. Y'all rigged it. She should be your first pick. It's the best 2 guard in this league, period. Period. There is no discussion. There's no debate, period.
Anything in particular you enjoyed seeing from her tonight?
Man, she had some swag to her tonight. You know, A's not usually like a talker. She's going to always let her game speak for herself. And she did that tonight, but she had a little extra swagger to her. So to see that confidence in her, to see her lead us to this win, it was just a beautiful thing. But like I said, it took every single person tonight. Every single person brought what they needed to bring. They were that 1% better. Our attention to detail was amazing. But Ariel Atkins is an all-star. She is a first team all WNBA. Like, I don't care.
Any idea where that extra swagger came from? Did you give her a pep talk, get her hype, anything?
That's Ariel Atkins. I feel like people are disrespectful in the sense of they think that this is just, you know, oh my God, she's having a breakout season. No, this is who she's been. And she's just owning it. So it's been really cool for me to see, especially because I've been here with her for the longest.
Thank you, Tosh, and congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Natalie?
So Teresa, no matter how many points she scores, won't brag about herself.
Dubai. That's what they called her in China. Dubai. Big white. Dubai.
Can you do some bragging for her? She's had 5 threes, 25 points, but she still wouldn't really give herself a whole lot of credit about her big night tonight.
Man, Teresa, a year ago, Teresa literally didn't know if she was going to walk again. And to see her come out, to see her have this game and to see her confidence, it's amazing. This culture that we have here, we're a family. And so to see your family member really just own who she is and come back to who she's always been as a player, it was really, it was a dope night to see. And yes, she's so humble. She's not going to brag about it. But Teresa was Dubai tonight. She was big white tonight. And she came out, she made a difference in the game. She gave us that spark. You know, it was a lot of ebbs and flows. And there was points where we went down by 10 or 13 and we came back and we couldn't get over the hump. But Ariel Atkins and Teresa Plaisance gave us an answer every single time. They were our composure, they were our poise. And I'm really proud of TP.
And then last question for me, what lessons can you learn from this game without so many pieces, down to really just 6 players by halftime?
How we play tonight is how we need to play every single night, regardless of who's on the court, regardless of who comes back. Every single person contributed to tonight's win and tonight's game. And so we need to carry that over. Everyone needs to take that responsibility of being that 1% better, because this team that came out tonight, this team can be here every single night, regardless of who we have on the court. So again, I'm just so proud. It took every single person tonight for this win.
Rafiq?
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. It's very nice to chat with you today, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Yeah, part of the reason why 2 of your teammates that you just mentioned were at least able to get, one was able to get 20 and the other was able to get 32 because you've done a lot of passing. How important was it for you to be doing all that passing game in and game out?
That's who I've been. It's who I've been my whole career here. You know, I'm a pass first point guard. I find a lot of joy in setting my teammates up and putting my teammates in successful situations. I'm trying to take on a little bit more of a scoring role just to keep people honest to me, but that's my game and that's who I've been. That's who I'll continue to be for this team. And you know, it took everyone, you know, so it's not only me, it was Leilani as well, stepping up and hitting really big threes down the stretch. Sydney Weiss, who comes in from being hurt. This is her first game back and you couldn't tell. It took our bench players, Z, Stella, TP, Maisha. It took all of us tonight. So I'm just really proud of this team. I can't be me without this team. I can't have whatever amount of assists I have without TP, Leilani, everyone knocking down shots. So I'm able to be me because of my teammates.
And can we expect you to be playing the All-Star game, if not this year, and in the future, as well as the Olympics?
I'm trying. Shoot, I'm trying. I'm trying to establish myself as one of the best point guards in this league, and you know, that's my goal. You know, I play both ends of the floor. I assist. I can score. So that's always the goal, is to be an all-star and to make an Olympic team.
And last question for me, how anxious are you going to be for Tia Charles and Elliot Don to come back later in the season?
I mean, we're ready, but we got to make do with what we have. And that was my speech before the game tonight, is like, look around at who's in this circle, because I wouldn't want to go to war with anyone else. So we're going to make do with what we have. And when those pieces come back, we're going to be that much better.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And then last question to Jen.
Hey Tosh, on an off the court note, just wanted to give you a moment with Juneteenth being named a federal holiday and coming up this weekend. If you wanted to speak on that at all, just wanted to give you the floor.
Yeah. While that's all great, it's what I've been talking about is crumbs. Those surfacey things that are meant to, oh, we're making it a federal holiday, but yet we're still gonna try to steal away voting rights. We're still gonna try to keep Black and brown people out. So don't be fooled by the crumbs. Talk about Juneteenth of a day of celebration, because it was a day that we were finally set free from bondage. But don't be fooled by the crumbs that it is. We want the whole meal. We need actual change within this country. That means legislations. That means calling up your senators and fighting for change. So don't be blinded by, this being a federal holiday, because while that's great, as it should have been for years ago, we still need to do real actual work within our legislation to create a more equitable country for Black and brown people. Don't be fooled by those crumbs. We want the whole meal.
Thank you, Tosh.
Thank you.
That's it, Tosh. Thank you.
Stay safe. Go Mystics. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated.